Power creep is like AIDS. You can't cure AIDS. You can live with it though. That's literally power creep. We gotta admit, it's about time this happened. Honkai Star Rail is one of the best gacha games to release in recent times. Honkai Star Rail was so good that it started the whole Genshin could never meme. That's how much of an impact Honkai Star Rail had on the gacha streets. And people kept singing the Honkai Star Rail praise for a long time, including myself. However, that time has finally reached a breaking point where we all gotta sit down and look at Honkai Star Rail more critically and ask the question, is Honkai Star Rail going in a good direction? Now, is Honkai Star Rail a good game? Yes. Do I like Honkai Star Rail? I love Honkai Star Rail. It's one of my favorites. However, we can no longer turn a blind eye to the clear problems that Honkai Star Rail has, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. The conversation started on Twitter by probably the face of Honkai Star Rail right now, which is Mr. Pokey. Now, Mr. Pokey went ahead and said the following. HSR has a power creep problem only if you allow it to happen, either by greed or stupidity. Change my mind. Now, there's so many things wrong with this statement, but let's take it step by step. All right, first of all, we gotta establish, is there power creep within Honkai Star Rail? The answer is an easy yes. The brain dead answer is easy yes. Like there's no debating the yes. All right. Now there's some wiggle room in how you can somewhat excuse that power creep and how you can live with that power creep and adapt to the power creep. But that adapting is not a solution to the problem that is the power creep within Honkai Star Rail. You can pick up supports to try and help previous units. Okay, you can do that. That allows you to technically fix the power creep problem within your account. However, the fact still remains that the new DPSs are clearly, by design, made to be better than the previous DPSs. And if someone doesn't happen to have the necessary resources to pick up the supports that are gonna make him adapt to the power creep problem, the power creep problem becomes a true problem. Like you can no longer clear the end game content because you don't have the necessary resources, especially for free-to-plays, to beat the end game content. All right. I want to draw your attention to the greed or stupidity part. Now, I don't understand the greed part, but I definitely want to draw your attention to stupidity. How is me not giving as much of a fuck about a casual-based game, you sweating, the rest of us have lives? Why is my casual ass penalized and called stupid for playing the game as it's supposed to be played? I mean, ultimately, this is obviously more towards a casual audience than a sweaty audience. You can sweat. I'm not saying you can't. You have the necessary tools to sweat. But ultimately, all these gachas have a daily resource system. Meaning, when you're done with the resource system, you're supposed to go touch grass or do something with your life. How am I stupid for not giving that much of a damn about the intricacies and the in-depth content about the game? That's not stupid. I feel like that's too big of a term, all right, and that's too big of a flex of like I swear I'm a spreadsheeter type claim. It comes off in poor taste, in my opinion. I feel like the wording here is a little too much. I don't know. Maybe being stupid is saying that there is no power creep in a factual statement, like, oh, there is no power creep. There's power creep because you're stupid. No, you just contradicted yourself. Like, there is power creep, period. There is. You can adapt to it. And okay, power creep is like AIDS. You can't cure AIDS. You can live with it though. That's literally power creep. So what we're saying is we'd love better ways to go with AIDS, because the way they're asking us to adapt to AIDS right now in Honkai Star Rail sucks. Okay? Let's get one thing straight. Power creep will never go away. You cannot ask a gacha company to fix power creep or like remove power creep. That cannot happen. Okay? Let's establish that. And I think we can all agree to that. However, there are ways you can go about how to do power creep, and more so how long the power creep takes for it to be installed. I feel like the pace of Honkai Star Rail's power creep is the current problem with Honkai Star Rail. Now, of course, we gotta state this with giving solutions because people have a problem with you complaining about shit and not giving solutions. So, on top of my head, the easiest solution I would give is definitely take more time before power creeping a unit. That's step one. I think that's an easy no-brainer. Step two, I would say, is don't release the same element and path close to one another. I want to draw your attention to Sparkle and the Lolly Girl that's releasing in, I think, 2.3.1. Sorry, time flies, right? Those are the same thing, Harmony Quantum. Okay, so for example, Dan Hung, Destruction Imaginary, and the new guy, both being Destruction Imaginary, I think that's an easy indicator, and we can all easily safely say that that guy's probably gonna power creep Dan Hung when it comes to a Destruction Imaginary unit. I think we can all safely say that. Here's my issue. There's so many combinations of paths and elements. There's so many of them. Like it's nuts. I'm not gonna do the math, but I'm sure if someone's gonna do the math, I'm sure there's like a lot of combinations. Make it so that you don't put the same damn combinations close to one another. Sparkle, being a Harmony Quantum, should not be this close to yet another Harmony Quantum unit. She could have been, I don't know, like a Fire Harmony, something. I don't think we have a 5-star Fire Harmony. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's already blurred lines in what each path does. Like Nihility sometimes debuffs, but sometimes it also offers buffs. It's strange. I thought that was the whole point of Harmony, right? There's so many things that go about this. Like, just to not create confusion and the feel of looking at our characters and go, well, I guess I have to put you away now because there's this new character that does obviously the same thing as you because they have the same path and element as you coming out. So I'm gonna look now at my current units and go, yeah, you're not. It just gives a bad look to your already existing units. And I feel like we shouldn't be penalized by that because you decided to have poor character design this fast. Like, don't do it this fast. I'm all okay for it to happen, just not this fast. We had Sunday, Imaginary Harmony. That was good. But the one previous to that, I'm pretty sure was Sparkle Quantum Harmony. Like, why are we doing it this soon? Why is this happening this soon? Come on now. Come on. That's not okay. I'm pretty sure she's going to be a remembrance support somehow. I'm not sure. And honestly, the feel of it is what matters. Like, we, the players, feel like what we have and what we hold in our accounts solid. It doesn't feel solid. It doesn't feel like these units that I picked up and sometimes usually paid for are gonna keep clearing content for me for a long time. It doesn't feel like that in Honkai Star Rail, and that's the problem. Your account always feel like it's shaky. Like, all the characters are shaky. They're all in a ejectable seat that will eject in probably 3 patches. Like, 1.0 units are almost, they're usable. You can always use them if you have the necessary supports and everything, but they're not relevant enough. Like, they're not like viable enough for you to excuse dedicating resources to them. If you like the character, of course, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but still, like, from a logical, resource-based way of going about the game, that's not a wise idea. So, my opinion, just take care of those two, and I think at least the sentiment towards the game can be somewhat soothed, because power creep is always going to be a thing. That's happening in every gacha and every future gacha, and you can't ask them to take it away. But this particular tweak players understand that power creep is always going to be a thing. So this tweak will just allow them to come to terms with just reality. It's like, well, they power creep everything. Power creep isn't everywhere. Hey, it's been fun while it lasted. The problem with now is it doesn't last long. That shit is, if you know me, you know what kind of sex joke I was gonna make. I believe just fix the time, and I think we can definitely take it in better. Give us time to digest and get bored of our current units first, please, before people coming to me and going, this unit's getting power crept and shit. All right, just let me be happy. Let me enjoy my shit longer, please. Can we do that, please? Like, comment, subscribe. See ya.